Thank you for tuning into Hookreations crochet tutorials. Today I will be demonstrating how to complete a popcorn stitch. Now before we get started with the popcorn stitch demonstration, I just want to explain a few points that are important to remember when you're working with a popcorn stitch. So as you can see in this piece of work that I've created, the popcorn stitch creates popcorns or little bubbles that sit on the top of your work. And they create a great texture in a project. So when you're creating a popcorn stitch, you actually work in the wrong side of your project. So as you can see, this is your presentation side, which you would call the right side. But in order to create the popcorn stitch, we actually turn our work to the wrong side, work the stitch in the wrong side, which creates the popcorn to pop out on the front of the work. So that's important to remember. And the other thing to consider with the popcorn stitch is you can create this popcorn with either a double crochet or a treble or anything larger than a treble. I tend, for this particular pattern, and I prefer to work with the double crochet, and I like to work with 5 double crochets in a popcorn stitch. But if you want a smaller popcorn, you could do 3 double crochets, or you could exceed 5 if you want a really large popcorn effect in your project. So as I mentioned, in order to complete the popcorn stitch, you do need to know how to do either a double crochet or a treble crochet. If you're not currently familiar with those stitches, I recommend watching my videos on double crochet and treble crochet. Become comfortable with the stitch and then come back to learning how to do the popcorn stitch. So let's start the demonstration for the popcorn stitch. So today I'm working with a 5mm hook and 8-ply acrylic yarn. So as with the majority of stitches you use with crochet, you're going to be working in the top of the stitches. So let's start our popcorn stitch. Now as I mentioned, I'm going to use 5 double crochets in this popcorn stitch, so it's important to remember how many double crochets or trebles you're going to be working into your popcorn stitch. So we need to yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull that yarn up through the stitch. So as with any double crochet, you have 3 loops on your hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. So we're not going to complete the double crochet, we only complete half of the double crochet. So that's the first one. Now we want to start on the second double crochet of the popcorn stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch as we did before, yarn over and pull that yarn through the stitch. So we now have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull our hook through the first 2 loops only. So now we've completed half of 2 double crochets, and we have 3 loops on our hook. So we have 3 more double crochets to go. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch again, yarn over and bring that yarn through. So we now have 5 loops on our hook, and so we want to start the double crochet, so we want to yarn over and take our hook through the first 2 loops. So we've now got 3 double crochets that we've started in the stitch, so we need to do 2 more. So yarn over, insert our hook into in the same stitch, yarn over and bring that yarn back through. So we've got 6 loops on our hook, yarn over and take that hook through the first 2 loops. We need to do 1 more. So yarn over, inserting our hook into the same stitch, yarn over and bring that back through. So now we have, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on our hook. We want to yarn over and take that through the first 2 loops on the hook. So we've essentially completed half of our 5 double crochets. Now to finish that stitch, we need to yarn over and take our hook through all of the remaining loops on the hook. So at the moment it looks like a little bit of a cluster stitch. So what you do with your thumb is you just push that popcorn slightly. I always complete a chain to lock off the stitch. And then in majority of patterns where you see a popcorn stitch, you usually complete at least 1 to 2 single crochets between each popcorn stitch. So I'm just going to do a couple of single crochets. And so we're working in the wrong side of our project. You can see the little hole, but if you turn that over, you've just created your first popcorn. So let's try that again. We're going to complete popcorn stitches along this body of work so you can practice along with the video. So as I said, we need to do 5 double crochets to complete this popcorn stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and bring that through. So you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, take your hook through the first 2 loops. That's your first stage of the double crochet. So we need to do that 4 more times. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and bring that yarn through. So you've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, take your hook through the first 2 loops only. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and bring that back through. So you've got 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, take your hook through the first 2 loops only. So we've started 3 double crochets, we have 2 to go. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring that yarn back through. 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, take your hook through the first 2 loops only, and 1 more. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring that yarn back through. So we have 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, taking it through the first 2 loops only. Now we're going to complete the popcorn stitch. We're going to yarn over, take that hook through all remaining loops on the hook, push your popcorn stitch in the center to pop it into the back of your work. Complete 1 chain to lock in your popcorn and 2 single crochet after your popcorn stitch. If you turn your work, you'll see the 2 popcorns that you've just created. So we'll do another one just to practice. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and bring that back through. So complete your first stage of your first double crochet, bring your hook through the first 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through and take your hook through the first 2 loops only. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring that back through, yarn over and bring that hook through the first 2 loops only. So we need to do that 2 more times. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through and take your hook through the first 2 loops. Last one. Now to finalize the stitch, we're going to yarn over, take that yarn through all the remaining loops on your hook, give your popcorn a little push, complete 1 chain to lock it in and do a couple of single crochet after your popcorn. And we'll do 1 more. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through, yarn over, take it through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through, yarn over, take that loop through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through, yarn over and take the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through, yarn over, take it through the first 2 loops on your hook. So 1 more. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it back through, yarn over, take it through the first 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to yarn over and take that through all remaining loops on your hook. Give your popcorn a little push, complete a chain to lock it in, followed by 1 to 2 single crochet in your work. Oops, sorry. So as I said, you can see the divots in the back of your work, which is the back of the popcorn. If you turn your work over, you've now got 4 popcorn stitches in your work. Now what you would want to do at the end of that row, you'd then turn your work and work, I normally recommend plain stitches in the next row, and then if you want to do another row of popcorn, you turn your work again and you work your popcorn stitch in the back of your project. And that's how you complete a popcorn stitch. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date on all of the videos that I have available. Please don't hesitate to contact me via the links below for any questions or feedback that you might have. Thank you.